there folks, it's Kikoskia here and welcome back to Let's Play Quest for Glory 2 VGA. And when last we left off, we did some general stuff around Shapeir. We got some food, we bought some x-ray glasses that probably don't work, and we got ourselves a Saurus bin. We did also trade away those ghoul claws and bought some health pills. Now before we head out and throw more rocks, I'm going to see if I can put these somewhere in my room. You can't use that item here. Why do I get the feeling these might actually be used for something? Probably not right now, though. Let's put them in here and retrieve them when we need them. You put the x-ray glasses away. Are they actually going to be used to solve a puzzle? I don't know. But what I do know is we need to max out our throwing skill. Welcome, hero. Thank you. I shall bid you adieu. I will not forget the Shema dances this night. We're not going to buy that. And we're definitely not going to buy a duck. And we do not need our Saurus right now. Though we can always get our Saurus if we need them. Good day, Effendi. Good day indeed. Let's pop out, and let's throw those rocks. Run, Derek, run! To your favourite rock-throwing spot. You know what? Just for variety, we're going to go one screen to the south and throw rocks there instead. Why not? I'll tell you why not, because we might get into a fight. But we didn't. So let's instead pick up those rocks. 1, 2, 3... 4. Gotta be mindful of the fact that we are carrying a few potions. But I think we'll be fine with 7 bags. Yes, we are! So if we throw 7 bags of rocks, how many levels of rock throwing will we get? Let's just throw them all here. It's all perfectly quiet and safe here. After what we did to the jackal men last night, I imagine the bandits are a little cautious when it comes to attacking us. They probably heard that a hero has arrived in Shapeir. They won't know what we look like, but they might have an inkling about us. That's a lot of rocks. Okay, so from that we gained only 3 levels. But I feel like we can quite quickly get to 200. And then we can work on finding the oasis. Because I bet we can get those bits of beard. Oh, we're carrying more than we can... that's not good. We can get those things for keep on laughing and get lots of money that way too. I get the feeling money isn't really going to be a problem for us. But it's still nice to have lots of it. We do want to get that pin at some point. We also want to throw these rocks. And have at thee with some bandits. Finding a couple of bandits will be good, both for our money and for our points. We're nearly 1/5 of the way to maximum points. And it's only day 2, and very early in day 2 as well. I bet it's still morning. Let's just throw these. We have loads of stamina pills. More than enough, most likely. Yep, it is mid-morning. Okay, so time is slowly passing. And we have level 170 in throwing. And 165 in strength. And 158 in agility. So we are absolutely getting those levels at a fast rate. And once we've got maximum, we, in theory, need never throw a single rock ever again. We might if getting climbing experience doesn't get us the things we need. And it might not. I don't know if climbing improves your vitality. We'll probably get vitality as we naturally fight and have at thee with everything, but can't say for sure. What I can say is we are power leveling this. Will we ever actually use throwing? Don't know. But it's good to have that skill as high as it can be. It also means that once we've maxed this out and climbing, we can focus exclusively on combat. We can just go out and fight monsters and gain more skill that way. So look, 172. It's getting a bit slower, but every point we get is 1 point closer. And we want to get this maximized. And hey, it's a different backdrop. It's like we're in a whole new area. We're not really. And every point of strength does mean that we can carry more rocks, which means we can do more throwing. Which is exactly what we're doing. And with all of those stamina pills, we can just stay out here and not worry about running out, not worry about collapsing, because I bet collapsing will just be our doom. We're going to die a lot more to scorpions in the future, aren't we? Yes, we are. We are absolutely going to die to scorpions. They are tough. I wonder if you automatically use the antidote if you have it on you. I don't know. I do want to beat 1 at some point. Maybe I only want to beat 1. Just have at thee with 1 and then never fight them ever again. Yeah, the levels are coming a bit slower now. That makes sense considering the fact that as you get more proficient in something, it becomes harder to further improve. This could also just be me rolling poorly on level ups. I still don't know how that formula is worked out. I think I grabbed too many there, but that's alright. You could just hammer the throw button. Then I could just throw them right at my feet. This game is really pretty. It definitely has that early Sierra adventure game look to it. Now, let's just throw this lot here. And we'll grab some more. Oh, how is our stamina doing? 45! And we are now 3/4 of the way to maxing throwing. Sierra games have always had a distinct look. Whether they be VGA or EGA, Sierra games have always had a distinct appearance. And I really like the graphical style of the early Sierra games. But this style here is one that's just burned into my memory as quintessentially point-and-click adventure games. Because this is the sort of style that Space Quest 4 had. And I really love Space Quest 4. That's a game I definitely want to return to at some point, Space Quest 4. It's got such a zany humour about it, and it's so silly, and yet not too silly. I say that as I remember some of the puzzles in Space Quest 4, and all the other Space Quest entries too. And I also remember the ways you could become the metaphorical dead man walking. Yes, losing by not picking up items on the second screen of the game is not fun. I'm very glad that, for the most part, modern point-and-click adventure games avoid things like that. Because that's rubbish. Oh dear. This game, unfortunately, also has those things, because I imagine that Saurus that I bought is essential to completing the game. That's why you can haggle down the seller to such a ridiculously low amount of money, because it's very unlikely that you do not have 5 dinars. You start with well over 100 dinars just from the reward from the Baron of Spielberg. And you're not likely to have spent all of it by the end of the first day. But this game was certainly designed with the fact that the first few times you play it, you won't know what you're doing. You're just stumbling around, exploring Shapeir, or in the case of the original game with its layout of the alleyways, getting lost in Shapeir, trying to find people and discover information, and you will absolutely mess up the first time round. Yep, these pills are the ones I want. I wanted to make sure I picked the right ones. There we go. How are our water skins doing? They are mostly full. Excellent. And our stamina is full. Excellent. What about the time? It's still mid-morning. Fantastic. So we will grab more of these and we will throw more things. I've been told how long I have before the first major problem happens in Shapeir. And though lots of people are going, ooh, bad things are on their way, you actually have a lot of time to start with. You have a lot of time to get the hang of combat and learn about the city and meet all the important people and improve your skills. I doubt you need much higher skills than what you start with, though, to deal with the first threat. Except communication. I imagine you need a fair amount of communication. That being said, you'll get a fair amount of communication just by talking to people and doing a bit of haggling. We're nearly at 100. We've barely started. We have so many more days before that caravan to Razir heads off. We're absolutely going to be going on that. Razir is in a bit of a mess, and it's going to be our job to unravel that, to sort out that catastrophe. Deal with whoever's behind it. Right, how... Yep, 180. We're going to get to maximum throwing pretty soon, and we're going to be very, very close to maximum strength and agility as well. We could probably just have them naturally go up as we fight things. But I really want to get to maximum throwing. I want to get that throwing experience. And see how long it takes. We can't carry anymore. Okay, we can't carry more. Intelligence, we're just going to have to slowly raise as combat happens. And luck, again, that's going to be a combat thing. We're just going to have to fight a lot of things and get experience that way. Perhaps we're going to fight... We're probably going to be fighting a lot of brigands eventually, because the jackal men are difficult in numbers. We can only back up so much. If there were 4 of them, oh, they could surround you completely. That would be really difficult. But when we have maximum strength, we will absolutely be hitting incredibly hard. But we need the weapon use to be able to hit deftly and with skill. There is the very safe way of raising these skills by sparring with Ahura, but sparring out here gives us the opportunity to also get money. We don't get money for sparring with Ahura. I might still do it, but I'd rather see how far I can get without using the Adventurers Guild Training Hall. Definitely want the 500 dinars to get that pin. Okay, how much are we carrying? We can carry 2 more of these. 2 more! Let's go! So much throwing! It was so many days in Spielberg before we could stop throwing rocks. And we're going to have done it by day 2 here. Then it's climbing. Climbing is probably going to be done where we can find trees. And I can only think of one place where we could find a tree, and that would be an oasis. Think of an oasis. You're probably thinking of some trees being there. And if you've played King's Quest V, you're definitely thinking of trees. You're also thinking of life-giving water that's nectar of the gods, and that Graham's strength is returning to him as he drinks this water. I'm very glad that the deserts around Shapeir are not like the infinite deserts in King's Quest V. I'm also glad that they decided not to try and port Quest for Glory 2 to the NES. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's a fantastic achievement porting the entirety of King's Quest V to the NES, and a few of the puzzles were even made easier because of it. Like the cat and mouse puzzle. You can try that one an infinite number of times. But, oh my, was King's Quest V not meant to be on the NES. It really, really needs a mouse. It really needs a mouse. We're going to grab one more here, because it's not going to take many throws. Yep, 2 throws to get back to a normal carry capacity. We can carry a lot of stuff. I wonder if by the end of this we'll have doubled our carry capacity. That'd be nice. Then we could carry a huge amount of rocks. A colossal amount of rocks. Not that we'll need to carry many rocks. We might buy some daggers, actually. Daggers might be a good thing to have, so that we can throw them at our opponents before they get into combat. Oh, against a ghoul, that'd be really useful. Against the scorpion, that would be incredibly useful. I'm gonna have to fight one of those at some point. When I have more skill. When I have more skill, I'll fight one. Sauruses, not so sure about them. I think I'd probably go and get my Saurus for finding the oasis and for fighting things. How's our skill? 188 throwing. We are nearly there. And our stamina is at 60. We're nearly there. I don't know why I threw that rock. But I did. Maybe that one rock is all the difference between being over encumbered after picking up rocks and not. I mean, we're only 2 away last time. This is phenomenal. I think it's also the huge amount of money at the beginning that's making this a lot more straightforward. Like, just being able to... Yeah, we only need to throw one. Just being able to buy so many things. At the beginning of Quest for Glory 1, you had very little money. And you needed to scrimp and scrounge and do little side quests so that you could begin to start building up your potion reserve. Not here, though. We could just buy tons of pills. And buy them we did. I was actually thinking that I shouldn't buy pills to begin with. And then I realized, no, they are so cheap and we have so much money, I have to. Yes, folks, this is a game where Kiko is actually using the consumable resources that he has. It doesn't happen very often. Albion is one of the big examples where it does happen. But it does happen. Stonekeep as well. I used a lot of my consumable resources in Stonekeep. A lot of the health potions and roots. Yep, 189. How is the stamina? I didn't look. 27. I think we can do one more round here before we pick up more rocks. I think we can do that. I want to get to maximum throwing. I want to get there. I want to... 2 sessions of throwing is all I want to do. And then we can go find the oasis. Hopefully the oasis is easy to find. This is when it is not, and I need to research how to find the oasis. The Saurus will probably help me travel very quickly. I picked up way too many rocks. But that's okay. We dealt with it by throwing the rocks away. One at a time. You can't just drop the rocks on the floor and go, yay, I threw them! No, you actually have to throw them. I should buy more daggers. I should buy daggers. When I go out and fight next time, I will buy daggers. Maybe day 3. I'll buy some daggers. Because we'll have the carry capacity for them, and we won't need to carry rocks, so why not? Why not? What was that? Was that I was getting really... Oh! Okay, we are really tired. We are actually consuming our health now, so let's do this. Ooh, that was a little bit dangerous. Health went down a fair bit. Whoops. That was a bit foolish, but we're okay. We could always take a health pill to restore our health. That's the problem of constantly clicking over and over. I could have literally thrown rocks and slain myself that way. Speaking of rock throwing, it's 191 with 186 agility and 188 strength. We are incredibly close. We're incredibly close, and I bet it's not even midday by the time we are done with this. I could actually check now. What time of day is it? Yeah, it's still mid-morning. It is still mid-morning, and we have nearly maxed out our throwing. We could carry loads more. Pick up 2 more. And that's good. Okay. Throw some more. Come on, Derek. Become the master of throwing. Not the master of unlocking. That's a very different Derek. That's Derek. Spelt with an I. Very different hero. In an alternate reality, it was Derek the Rogue who saved Spielberg. And in another alternate reality, it was Doric the Wizard. And in the final alternate reality, it was Doric, the all-rounder, who was brilliant at everything. But no, we are not Derek or Doric or Duric. We are Derek. We have sword, we have rocks, and we have the ability to climb things, and that is all we need. Okay, we also need a shield, and armor, and potions, and some silly X-ray glasses, but that's all we need! That's actually a lot of things. So, 123 stamina, 193 throwing, nearly at maximum in these, halfway towards maximum vitality. Luck is not going up from this, but we know that. We knew that was going to happen. We can get to maximum. I want to get to maximum throwing. Am I carrying too many rocks? I could carry 3 more piles of rocks. That is something I need to be a lot more wary of. The fact that while we have a lot more rocks, and that means we can get more experience in one go, that means our stamina is going down more after each rock throwing session, and each rock throwing session takes longer. I need to keep my eye on it. I do not want to lose more health by flinging rocks. Those pills were not cheap, the health restoring ones. They were not cheap. We'll just throw all these. And gain more points. More wonderful, wonderful points. Be amazing to hit as hard as we possibly can. And this is when climbing does not in fact improve your vitality or your strength in this game. It might not improve your... It probably improves those, but it might not improve my agility. Okay. 195. We are incredibly close now. I think maybe 2 more sets of throwing rocks, and we will be at maximum. We will be the best we can be. Actually, not true. I have been told that there are ways in this game that you can further improve your skills. I don't know what skill I'd want to improve beyond maximum, but I'll deal with that when I get to that situation. This is when we get to 200 just from this. And if we do, we'll go back to the Saurus stable, we will get on our Saurus, and we will go and find that oasis. Maybe talk to the dervish who's there. Perhaps the dervish will give us some of their beard. That'd be nice. Maybe we need to do something for that. I don't know. I don't know. What I do know is we're throwing rocks. And we're almost done with the rock throwing. Almost! I like the fact that we have the ability to just power through the rock throwing. I wonder if it's this easy to do this in the 3rd game. And the 4th game as well. Maybe I'll figure that out when I get there, I suppose. Presuming Derek survives his ordeals in Shapeir, he might not. 198 throwing. 156 vitality, we're over halfway to max there. 191 strength and agility. We are nearly maximum in 2 of our attributes. That is ridiculous. And amazing. I cannot complain about that. It's just fantastic that we're getting so good at throwing and so strong and so agile and hardy just from throwing rocks. I don't recommend using this as a training regimen in real life. I wholeheartedly recommend much less flingy kind of ways to become stronger. You know, stretching, weightlifting. It may be more mundane, but it involves a lot less flinging rocks. And flinging rocks is dangerous. Derek can do this because he's in the desert and there's literally no one here. I wouldn't recommend you do it. You could hit someone. Or something. I mean, technically Derek's hitting something, he's hitting the sand, but the sand is fine to hit with rocks. In this game. Don't go around flinging rocks, folks. It's not nice. This has been your PSA while Derek is training his throwing by flinging rocks. Are we now at maximum? This is when we're like 1 point away from maximum. Yes, we are! We are actually 1 point away from maximum, and we are nearly out of stamina. Marvellous. How much water do we have? It's mostly full, and we have 28 of these potions. Okay, let's grab like 3 bags? No, let's grab 4 bags. 4 bags should be more than enough to get us 1 point in throwing. And when we're at maximum, we'll then go look for that oasis. Talk to the dervish, hopefully get some climbing experience. We're basically going to be replacing throwing rocks with climbing, folks. I hope you're ready for this action-packed daring do. Yep, we are now at maximum in throwing, and nearly maximum in strength and agility. And I think it is now midday. Oh, save. Just in case we get ambushed on the way back. We could get ambushed on the way back. Oh yeah, we wouldn't get ambushed on the way back, because we're right next to Shapeir. That was me being overly cautious, but it's better to be overly cautious than not. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you're not. And if you are subscribed, press that bell for those notifications, as next time, we'll go look for the oasis. And do some climbing, hopefully. Good day, Effendi. Good day, good sir. We'll ride our Saurus when we do that. And I'll catch you next time, folks. And I'll see you then. Later.